Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, a lot of times knife companies will, have a large size knife, and then same company will make the exact same model, but they'll make it in a smaller size. The Rat 1 and the Rat 2, for example. Alright. With the Kaiser, we have the mini harpoon, and then we have the regular size harpoon. But if you compare it to the BK-18, this would be the small, medium, and the BK-18 would be the large in this case. Alright. Now, put this guy back in his sheath before he tries to draw any blood. Bar Rustalika in Finland makes these knives. This is called a Skarama, and this is a small one. I think it's 80. Skarama 80. And they make these also in a small, medium, and a large. Yeah, I think this one's labeled as the 80. Right. And this guy is the 90 or 100. I don't know. We're about to find out. It's 110 to 110, I guess. So this is their Puko. Well, Puko is just a knife, but this is they've got a smaller one and they've got a longer one. I think they've got a smaller one. I'm pretty sure they do. Well, it comes from Finland. And I ordered, this is how a knife comes from them. It comes in a box like this. Inside is a standard egg crate type of stuff. And then the box says on here, can you feel the need for steel? So yes, I can feel that need. And I went ahead and got the 200. This is not the 240. This is 200. And I got just a regular plastic sheath. I don't know what that was sticking to that. Regular plastic sheath with it because it works well enough when it's in there, and I can make my own leather. These are not bad, but they have that same sheath in there. I mean, this is not bad for the price that they charge for it, because you get that and that, and it comes in a decent sheath and everything. But I'm not going to be sheathing this thing around a lot, and this will probably work just fine. But I can add that to that. Now, the difference is, besides the length and everything, I was reading their thing on this, and they said this is not only just for like a place to hang it up, but they use it in the tempering process of the steel. And the steel is a 80 CRV2, which is what they use in here also. Now, when I was first looking at this, even though I read their, specs and everything before, I just didn't remember, but I was just looking at the grind and everything, and I go, oh man, somebody messed up the bevel on this one. They were doing fine, and then they whacked it, and then I remembered, oh yeah, they did this on purpose. This is for like fine, detailed work up close, and this is for more like chopping and stuff. So two different angles. See that? First I thought, oh man, I'm just gonna fix it myself if I have to. And then the little light bulb came in on my head. It's not that way on the 240, I don't think. I think it's just one bevel all the way down. But that's something to keep in mind if you ever go to sharpen that. Is this is more for fine detail, fine carving type of stuff. You could still carve with this. So I really don't. But it's because of the angle. This will hold its edge better on chopping. And this one, since you're not going to be chopping that much, when you're doing leverage, it's set up for finer detail. That's pretty cool. Now the handle is not a super spongy or soft. It's just like a solid rubber, type of. It's not like rubber though. I mean, it has a rubber texture, but not a plastic kind of texture, and it's very grippy. Of course, you got the little hole here for holding it up, or if you want to crush a skull or two, you got that opportunity. Nice little spine here. It's beveled. I don't know if, for those of you that like to strike ferro rods, if this will do that. We'll see later. This is just an initial impression, like I said. But you could pair these two guys together. Really, but with this one right here, the way it is, it doesn't feel like blade heavy like a Bowie would. It doesn't feel like that. The balance is actually not that far forward from the handle. It's about there. The center of balance on that one. A Bowie knife, you do like this and it goes boom. You'd have to get probably out to there before it starts. Let's find out. Happen to have a Bowie knife or two lying around right here. Let's just see. Let's just see what the case is, if that's the case or not. Yeah, see, it's... Of course, you got this big, metal guard, which kind of helps counterbalance it. Yeah, it's more up there on its balance point. Okay, so what's the advantage of having a heavy, balance point more up here and heavy? Well, it's going to chop harder, but it's also going to be more fatiguing on you. If you're doing a lot of chopping, you're going to notice that weight and everything. But this is going to be more nimble. The closer you get to where your hand is, the better, the more natural it's going to feel to you. I'll get all the weight and all that other stuff down the specs, from them. But I haven't used it because it's been very frigid. But yeah, this is more like this guy could go in between a machete. It's almost as long as a machete. See how long 200 is in incholoids. An 8-inch. I mean, you gotta talk about the usable blade here. They're calling it like a 200, which is right here. So yeah, it's about a little under 7/7/8 inch. Let's see. Try to measure. Because that line right back there is the starting point. Yep. It's about 7 7/8 cutting edge. That's a pretty good sized blade. And it's thick enough that if you want to beat on it, you can beat on this all day long. You can beat on it there. Well, this is the tang. This is part of the tang. So I don't, go ahead and smack it all you want if you want to beat on it. But yeah, I thought I'd get that one. And it's the medium size one. Maybe one day I'll get the, the larger one. But I think I'm going to use that a lot more. Because usually you wind up, if it gets too big to pack or if it gets too cumbersome, but this would be perfectly fine for e-biking or scootering if I was going out to the lake Runamuck. So yeah, there you go. I thought I'd just show you that little Skarama 200 from Finland. And it is the company I ordered from. I ordered directly from them. Varusteleka. But yeah, it's pretty good. I don't, I don't have any association with them other than I bought that knife, and I have these other ones here that were given to me, and they're great knives, as far as I can tell. And I've been using the ones. This one, like I said, I'm going to put it to use. I just want to check its millimoid, centimoid thickness here. I'm confused. I'm looking at inches, but I'm looking down here. Oh, I should be looking over here, you idiot. Like 4 millimeter. I was looking over here like, what is that? You're looking at the wrong mark. You're looking at the wrong mark, son. That's about a 4 millimeter thickness on it. So yeah, I plan to do a lot of chopping with this guy. And you know what I'm gonna chop? Furniture. This is what this guy's gonna go against. I didn't see any out there. I went out earlier today. It's freezing, literally freezing out there. Tonight will be the lowest temperature of the year, of the season of the winter. And there's wind blowing. It's bad out there, but no furniture to chop on, but soon. Maybe by then my hand will be healed up. So there you go. Skarama. Do you have a skarama? I think it was about 80 something bucks. And then the shipping wasn't super expensive. And it got here about 3 days after my Chicago Knife Works order, which I think they ordered both of these at the same time or within 1 day. So this came from Finland, and the Chicago knife one came from Chicago. And they both arrived within a day or so of each other. I think it was the same. Was it the same day? No, it was 1 day after. This arrived 1 day after. But Chicago Knife Works one was free shipping. And this one was, I don't remember. I'll put it down there. It wasn't expensive. But the shipping time was really not that bad. And even though the knife was only being held by this, it was just being held by this. It made it all that way from Finland to here without being pilfered. All you had to do was slice the box in one spot and open it up, and you could have had yourself a knife from Finland. I'd have been upset, but it made it fine. So, round my mouth long enough. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.